So these are things that you can use to your advantage when starting a business that a lot of people are uncomfortable doing that you are already comfortable with doing. Hey, it's Danny. I'm so happy you're here today. I'm going to be talking about ESL and entrepreneur hacks. So if you are a current ESL teacher and you're interested in starting a business of your own, whether that's an Etsy shop, your own private ESL company, an online course, or a product, then this video is going to be really, really helpful for you. Thank you if you actually voted for this video topic on my Instagram. Actually, the votes were 50-50, so I'm going to be coming out with the other video too this week. A little bit about me and my love of ESL and entrepreneurship is that I actually got into teaching ESL online because I needed something to fund my business. So right after college, I started a travel company and we ran tours in Vietnam, and I used online teaching to help fund that and be able to make money when I was traveling all over the world starting this company. And I have loved it ever since. It's been an awesome, awesome gig, and I found that ESL teachers make some of the best entrepreneurs. But anyway, I've also started an e-commerce store. I just monetized my YouTube channel, and now I am coaching people to start their own businesses. So that's just a little background about me. Let's get into the video. Before I get into the hacks, I just want to explain why it is important to build something that is scalable. ESL in itself, if you're working for a company, is generally not scalable because your time is one-on-one, 25 minutes, you have a set rate. So you can hit a peak point, but after that, there isn't really any more growth that you can do. Or you can start referring, that's more growth for you, but still that depends on how many people you can get and the company's policies, right? Policies can always change. But if you start something of your own, then you are entirely in control of that. So I know it's been a little crazy if you work for Gogokid and you've been like, what is happening? Do we have a job? We don't know. That's why it's a great idea to always be building something of your own that you are fully in control of that is scalable. So, like I said, oftentimes ESL teaching is not scalable, but you can always pivot and make something having to do with ESL or just kids or whatever you're really passionate about into something that is scalable using the internet. If you're not sure of what kind of business you want to start, then definitely check out my free business brainstorming guide that you can find and print out on my website. It will be really helpful for you and ask the right questions to get you to be thinking about what could be the perfect fit of your strengths and your passions to create a profitable and scalable online business. But okay, let's get into hack number 1, and that is become a problem solver. So my e-commerce product, the Office Any Chair, happened because I was a problem solver. I was so tired of moving from place to place and sitting in these uncomfortable positions just because I had to be with a wall behind me so I could put up a background. And so the Office Any Chair came out of that. I had a problem and I knew that other teachers in my community also had this problem and that it would be helpful to others. So start brainstorming what problems in your community are people having. It sounds really simple, but sometimes it can be a little bit hard to actually implement it into your day. So tomorrow or even after this video, take out a piece of paper or put a note in your phone and write down all the things if you ever like, oh, that was inconvenient, and just start thinking that way, because the more you think that way, the easier it's going to become to recognize the small problems that you have and be a problem solver and implement solutions that can be helpful to your community, which in turn can become a profitable business. So my second tip backs off of that, but that is to go with what you know. So I solved a problem within my ESL community, but that problem actually solves a problem for a lot of people that work online. It's helpful to start within a niche that you already know so you can speak to them and you can understand the plights of that audience. And being a problem solver in the niche or area that you're already in could look like a lot of things. Maybe that is a physical product. Maybe that is an online course. Maybe that is making videos that are really helpful to people in your industry that explain things that were confusing for you at first. Maybe that is making props for teachers on Teachers Pay Teachers. There's a lot of different things that you can do that solve problems that make life easier for others in your industry now that you already know a lot about. So I want to give some examples that you can look to for teachers that have done a really good job at this. Now, someone that I always like looking to is Teacher Janice. She has an awesome shop on her website where she gives really helpful props for teachers every single month. On her website, she also has a blog, and her Pinterest gets over 300,000 views a month. So she is doing a really awesome job of growing her own personal brand along with being an ESL teacher. Another great example of this is teacher Natalie, who started Do It For The Kiddos, and she has her own Princess Academy. She does English classes and Spanish classes, which combines so many of her loves. She is so talented at this. She used to actually work at Disney, I believe, as a princess. So she's combined all these things that she's really good at and started her own company, which is awesome. I'm so excited for her. Another teacher you can look to is teacher Lisa of Lisa Markle Sparkles. She has an awesome, thriving shop, and she creates high quality graphics for Teachers Pay Teachers and Etsy creators. So she also has a blog and is a teacher on Outschool. So these women are 3 great examples of teachers that have started to pivot and built their own businesses, as well as being online ESL teachers by being problem solvers, going with what they know, and playing on their strengths. All right, so my next ESL and entrepreneur hack is to use your tech knowledge to your advantage. I think it's really easy to forget how much you know as an ESL teacher, especially if you're an online ESL teacher, in terms of technology that just most people do not. You need to recognize and see the skills that you already have right now. Like, you're pretty good at speaking to a camera. You understand how to teach slides. You understand how to work a Manicam or different forms of technology like that that most people don't know how to do, or even Google Slides. You have a better understanding of technology than most people, so use that to your advantage. And this knowledge that you already have is going to make it easier for you to do research and in building your website and a blog and things like this. This all comes together to be really, really helpful in that transition from ESL to entrepreneurship. So pivoting, if you're already good at speaking to a camera and teaching slides, what else would you be really good at? Teaching courses online or having a YouTube channel where you teach somebody something. You're already doing it for companies. Why couldn't you do that on your own as well? All you need is a bit more research, and you could have an awesome course of your own on Udemy or Teachable, something like this. Also, just a side note, a lot of teachers have started to build their own curriculum courses on Outschool, which I think is a really awesome company. They do take 30% though, so I would see Outschool as a way to initially start off on your own and have a big audience, and then pivot to be able to have something of your own where you keep 100% and not just 70%. Going along with that, another great way of using your skills of teaching to a camera is to start a YouTube channel, start a podcast, start a Facebook page, and do lives. Find ways where you can use the skills of you speaking to a camera to help your growth with your online business. So most people actually hate speaking to a camera. Most people won't start YouTube channels because they don't like to speak to a camera when nobody's there. I'm just pretending that whoever's watching this video, that I can see you on the other end. What's up? So that's something you're already good at doing. So these are things that you can use to your advantage when starting a business that a lot of people are uncomfortable doing, that you are already comfortable with doing. And even if you didn't want to start a YouTube channel or a podcast or a course or something, and you have a product, just being able to go on video and tell about what you're doing and your products or whatever is so important and helpful, because in order to sell something, you are your brand, right? You want people to like you, to know you, and to trust you, and you can build that very easily through a video connection with people. So being able to do that on camera is an awesome strength. Okay, so I'm going to do an overview of my ESL to entrepreneur hacks, and then I am going to list out some great options for you. Become a problem solver. Go with what you know and niche down and find how you can help in what you already know right now. Use your tech knowledge to your advantage. You already know how to speak to a camera and teach slides. Find ways that you can leverage that into creating something of your own that is scalable. Okay, so let's go over my top suggestions for ESL teachers to entrepreneurship. You could create an Etsy store with helpful props. Create helpful resources and planners for teachers on Teachers Pay Teachers. You could also sell prop cutouts on Teachers Pay Teachers. Create your own e-commerce product that solves a problem and sell it on Shopify or Amazon. Start a YouTube channel that shares hacks of things that you know in the ESL world that you wish that you would have known. Or you could start a YouTube channel teaching things to kids and be able to build authority from there to help you build your own online ESL company. Going off of that, you can start your own online ESL company, and if that makes you too uncomfortable, you can always start on something like Outschool and build your brand from there, and then eventually go off on your own. You could start a podcast that shares helpful things of how you've been able to fund certain things in your life and work for yourself and work from home using ESL. Or you can create an online course teaching people how to do something that you know a lot about. Maybe that's ESL, maybe that's something totally different, but you can use those skills that you know now in order to help you create that course. If you're still feeling unsure of your ESL and entrepreneurial journey, then definitely check out my business brainstorming guide. You can get it for free and print it out on my website. And the people who have filled it out so far have said it's been really, really helpful, and them just getting clarity on what they want to go into and where they want to start building a business. You can also check out this video as well, which will be really helpful for you in pivoting from ESL to entrepreneurship. Well, I hope that this has been really helpful for you. If you have any questions or suggestions for me, please leave them in the comments below, and I will see you next time.